What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another video. Today is a pretty good day, and that's for a couple of different reasons. I think I kind of found what was an issue for so many people that are kind of upset that SOD is in its final phase. It's still alive, it's not dead, it's not even really dying, right? But some people have been a little upset that maybe this is the end and we're not getting any new big content updates for SOD. But I think there is a solution, and I know this is going to be a little bit controversial, so I want you guys to hear me out. But either way, we're going to jump into a walk and talk today, so grab that coffee and let's dive in. Okay, so hear me out on this. I played SOD pretty much the entire way through, only taking one phase off. I have 5 level 60s, I beat the hell out of hard mode 4 Nax. I kind of quit after a few weeks of Scarlet Enclave being out just because of the way that it was tuned, and I have a hard time playing things when they're in the final phase and I don't feel like I'm progressing towards something else, right? But that's just my personal preference. A lot of people are still really enjoying it, and SOD is a great version of the game. I think the Scarlet Enclave raid is amazing. They've done a lot of changes. They've made it even more fun. So many more people are clearing it. Either way, there is this little bit of doom and gloom for SOD players, you know, knowing that it is the end. But last night I had the opportunity to try something out that I didn't think I was going to like, and I really didn't think anyone that enjoyed SOD or, you know, vanilla or classic was going to like. But here's the thing. SOD has kind of shown me that there are two different player bases for classic in itself, right? We have the retail players, and then we had the classic players. Now we have retail players here, we have SOD players here, and then we have the level 60 enjoyers, I like to call them, like the vanilla classic players here. Now it's 3 different audiences, right? So the people that are playing SOD are like, there's no way I'm going to Anniversary because that's going to be boring as hell after playing SOD. I get it. I completely understand that. I've been playing on Anniversary just to prepare for TBC. If TBC wasn't coming, I wouldn't touch Anniversary with a 6-foot pole. That's just plain and simple. I have no interest in doing vanilla again. We've done it like 3 or 4 times in the past 6 years. I'm over it. I don't want any more vanilla WoW unless it's Classic Plus. So I get why SOD players don't want to go to Anniversary. But last night, Blizzard opened up the raid testing over on the MOP beta. Now hear me out. I know a lot of you are going to click off right there, and go ahead if you want to. I'm someone who really wasn't about MOP. Usually after Wrath of the Lich King, I kind of lose all interest in WoW as a game. I don't really enjoy anything after Wrath. Or so I thought, I guess. I tried playing Kata for like 2 or 3 weeks, did the raid a couple of times in the beginning. Just wasn't for me. It wasn't my cup of tea. I didn't like the way the game felt. I didn't like the way the game played. Last night, I jumped into Mogashan Vaults on the beta, the MOP beta. They allow you to create a level 90 if you're in the beta, with your blue, kind of like pre-raid, best in slot gear. I tried 2 characters. I tried Warlock, I tried Rogue. I went in there with No Hit Jerome, Mincy, a couple other people, Momo, and I had a great time. And I started thinking about it after I got off, like, why was that so fun? Why didn't I enjoy Cataclysm this much? And there's a couple of different reasons. MOP, from what I learned last night, trimmed a lot of the fat. For me, playing Cataclysm didn't feel like Classic. There was a million currencies. It was insane amounts of button bloat for the few classes that I played, at least. And it just didn't feel classic to me. It didn't feel good. Now, MOP, on the other hand, trims a lot of that fat. The button bloat is pretty much gone. So much of your stuff becomes passive. Your rotations are fairly simple, very similar to how SOD plays. The only difference is that it feels a little bit more fluid, right? Because SOD is still based in the vanilla era. A lot of things are tied to your auto attacks. It's a little bit slower, but some of the stuff I played in MOP felt a little bit easier and slower than SOD. So I kind of was like, wow, this is like the perfect crossover, right? For anyone who's really enjoying SOD, I get why you wouldn't want to go to Anniversary. But if you wrote MOP off early on and were like, I'm never touching it, fuck pandas, I don't want anything to do with it, I would really reconsider that, because I enjoyed it so much more than I thought I was going to. To me, it feels like a different game than Cataclysm. It feels very, very, very close to how Season of Discovery plays for a lot of the classes, right? I think Warlock is even a little bit more intricate in SOD than it is in MOP. But either way, I'm no pro at MOP. I just played the raid for the first time last night. And I wanted to share this information with you guys because I know a lot of people don't know what to do after they stop playing Season of Discovery, or maybe they're going to keep raiding on SOD, but they want something new. And MOP is coming very soon, right? Probably within the next 45, 60 days, MOP might be here. So I wanted to make this video to let you guys know my experience, how I felt going in there, right? It wasn't confusing. You know, I logged into the beta, I put all my enchants that I needed, I put all my gems that I needed, and that was it. I kind of looked up a couple of quick guides on my rotation. Rotations are on par with SOD. Like, they're almost the same, if not some of them are a little bit simpler than Season of Discovery. But where it really shined was in the combat and the way that the raid felt. If you enjoy the Scarlet Enclave, it feels like that. The raid is designed exactly like that. There's a bunch of mechanics. The only difference in MOP is that we have the looking for raid finder as the easiest difficulty. You have normal and you have heroic. And then you have 10 and 25 man raids. So there is just so much that you're going to be able to do. And actually, doing this last night made me a little bit more excited for MOP than I originally thought I was going to be. I was kind of going to go into it like, I'll play for like a week or two, see how it is. That still might be the case. I'm not saying that I completely, I'm like, oh, all MOP. But I'm definitely more excited for it than I thought. And I think SOD kind of bridged that gap for me. SOD made me realize that I would enjoy classic WoW with a little bit more intricate rotations, a little bit harder content. And the plus there is anyone who didn't enjoy Scarlet Enclave because of the difficulty, in MOP, you have the looking for raid finder. You have normal. You can do 25-man normal, which is going to be easier than 10-man normal. So there's ways to kind of make those raids feel easier. But the point of this is that they feel fluid. The classes play nice. Everything flows really nice. It's like almost the best way I can describe this to you guys is that it's almost like this perfect middle ground between retail and classic, right? It seems like it has a lot of the good qualities that retail has, whether you like them or not, they're there. And a lot of the good qualities that classic has. Like, I personally enjoy the classic style of combat better than I enjoy retail. I like still having white hits. I like having auto attacks. That is still a thing in MOP. The classic still feels, the combat still feels like classic. And the closest thing I can relate it to is Season of Discovery. It feels very similar to Season of Discovery. I actually think Season of Discovery Warrior is harder to play than MOP Warrior. So it's not a difficulty thing. The game isn't getting harder. The raid actually has multiple difficulties, so even that'll be easier. I don't know. It really kind of opened my eyes and made me a little bit more open-minded. I was like, really on the fence with MOP. I didn't know how to respond to it. I didn't know if I was going to enjoy it. I didn't even know if it was going to be something that I played for more than just a couple of days just to try it out when the hype initially happens. But after last night jumping into that raid, I was like, wow, this is really, really fun. And for anyone who enjoys the PvP scene, that's apparently where MOP shines the most. The PvP in MOP is supposed to be fantastic. It's so big that this is the first time we're going to be getting like a PvP beta weekend in the near future. They're going to be testing the PvP in the beta, which is really never been done. So that shows you that there's a big community surrounding the PvP in MOP. I didn't really like Wrath PvP or Kata PvP. I do remember loving MOP PvP back in the day, but again, we're talking so many years ago, I can't accurately speak to that, so I won't. But other people say it is some of the best PvP that's ever been in WoW. So I'm kind of excited for that. I mean, I think it's going to be a good time. Will I be a 150% MOP enjoyer for the rest of my life? Probably not. Everything I'm doing, everything I'm playing in terms of classic WoW is, for me, just the classic plus waiting room, right? I'm sure it's the same with a lot of other people. And I'm just waiting for TBC on Anniversary, right? I really have no interest in raiding on Anniversary. I have a bunch of characters that I'm prepping, sure, but that's for the Burning Crusade. So this might be a really nice filler, and for anyone who's been sad or like, man, this really sucks, how can I play WoW after SOD? I don't want to play retail. I'm sure you wrote off the option of playing MOP, but I'm just urging you to heavily reconsider. I'm not sponsored by Blizzard. I'm not a Blizzard shill. Blizzard themselves doesn't pay me money to make these videos or anything like that. I'm just sharing my experience with you guys because I feel like I may have been in the exact same boat. For me, I really don't want to be playing Anniversary. I'm just doing it to prepare for TBC, but there's only so much prep we can do, and we know TBC is at least 5-6 months out. MOP is right around the corner, and jumping into those raids last night felt good. I gotta say, it felt really, really good. Everything felt so fluid. You know what? We'll jump over to the beta right now so I can show you guys like what everything looks like. So hold on one second. So here we are. This is the MOP beta. We're in the Valley of the Four Winds. One thing that you guys can't disagree with is this. It looks beautiful. The design in MOP is just fantastic. It really is. Like, it's so nice. I like the aesthetic of the expansion. I think it looks great. The graphics are nice. We're on my Orc Rogue right here. We're gonna fly up to the city, to the training dummies in a few here, and I'm gonna show you what the combat feels like. But I just want people to be a little bit more open-minded. I actually have a video that I'm gonna be working on for next week, talking about all the different versions of WoW and where the crossovers are and how I personally enjoy almost all of them with my subscription. You know, it's different because a lot of people tend to stick to their one version and then trash the other versions that they don't like, and I think that mentality really needs to go out the window at this point. We get a lot of content, a lot of versions of this game for our one sub, but either way, that's a topic for another video. So here we are walking through the Valley of the Four Winds. This zone looks beautiful. Whether you were hyped for MOP or not, this looks top tier. It looks amazing. The music is designed well. The world is designed well. It just feels good. It feels nice and fluid, right? When I went into the raid last night, I didn't know what to expect, right? So me and Jerome, Jerome started the raid group. We get Mincy in there. We get Momo in there. We get a few other people, some pugs. We're on 10-man normal. We didn't even know we were able to do Raid Finder. Otherwise, maybe we would have done that. But we did 10-man normal. It was nice because it was a nice controlled group. We were in Discord, kind of just figuring it out. You know, no DBM working for me. None of that stuff. We're just kind of like raw dog in this raid. And when you go into Mogashan Vaults, you're like, wow, this is crazy. Like, the design of that raid, if you look up at the ceiling, it's like beautifully decorated. They did a really good job with the design of this expansion. But that's whatever, right? Retail WoW looks beautiful, and that really doesn't, you know, tickle my fancy. I don't enjoy playing retail. I just don't like the gameplay loop. I don't like the combat. The game feels like it plays completely different. With MOP, it was a little bit different, right? I started in that raid on my Warlock. I went Demo. I know Destruction is one of the best specs, but I wanted to try something different. So I went Demonology. Maybe I'll throw some clips on top of this. I'm not sure, but we'll see. So I went Demonology Warlock in the raid. We ended up going for a couple of hours. We downed the first 2 bosses and then did one attempt with 9 of us on the 3rd boss. We lost our tank. We couldn't get him back, whatever. Couple of bugs we ran into either way, but besides that, the first boss felt fantastic. I gotta say, it felt really good. Very straightforward mechanics, nothing absolutely crazy. But fun, right? Things that you had to move away from, things that you had to know. You had to target a specific boss at a specific time. The whole group's kind of shifting and moving together. It felt really, really good. You know, it felt like how Scarlet Enclave is designed. It's like the same level of design. I don't know if they're, you know, I wouldn't say one of them is harder than the other, because I'm sure the heroic version of the raid is definitely different in MOP. But either way, what I'm trying to say is that the way that it plays out feels really, really good. Playing your character, doing your rotation, doing the damage feels solid. So you know what we're going to do now? We're going to fly up to the city up north, and I'm going to show you guys how it feels on a training dummy. So give me 1 second. Okay, so here we are at the Shrine of the Two Moons, the main city out here in Pandaria, in the beta. As you can see, these are all the beta vendors that sell your enchants, professions, gem stuff, all that, and then we have all these training dummies over here. We're gonna go hit one of these training dummies so that I can show you guys what the combat feels like. It's very, very similar to how my SOD Rogue played. I'm playing a different spec, obviously, but it feels the same. So let's hit this target dummy, right? We got our poisons on, we're backstabbing, we're gonna rupture, we're gonna hemo, we're gonna get slice and dice up, and here it is. Boom. That's it. We're just pumping now. We're pumping. We're gonna throw a few eviscerates in there. Bam. It feels so good. It really does. Like, I gotta say, the combat alone kind of changed how I felt about Mop when I was in the raid. Like, and I was on my Warlock last night. It just, hitting your buttons just feels great. It feels so quick, responsive, fluid. I'm excited. I am. I think doing the raid last night was really, really good for me, simply because I was on the fence about this. I really didn't know if I wanted to play Mop seriously at all. I was going to play it regardless. I was going to log in and level, of course. But I wasn't sure if it's something that I was going to, you know, be really into. After doing last night, and seeing the design of this place, I kind of just flew around. I was like, man, this looks amazing. It feels amazing. Why did I write this off? And I think I wrote it off just because, in my opinion, I've been trained to only love Classic over the last, like, 6 years. And I didn't really like Cataclysm at all, but this kind of fixes all the issues that I didn't like about Cataclysm. The bloat is gone. I hated the bloat in Cataclysm. I absolutely hated it. And just playing these two classes made me realize, okay, you know what? I'm going to give this thing a fair shot. And it made me start thinking, like, wow, there's so many people out there that really love Season of Discovery and have nowhere to go after they're done with Season of Discovery, or really nowhere to go even if they're just raid logging in SOD, right? You now have somewhere to go. I'm telling you, you need to open up your mind a little bit. You don't need to buy anything to play Mop. It's part of your sub. It's completely free. You have access to every version of World of Warcraft with your one $15 a month sub. So don't, you know, cut off yourself at the knees here. Go give it a shot. And I think there's a lot of you that are going to find that you enjoy it more than you thought you were going to. And the simple reason is because SOD is closer to Mists of Pandaria than it is to Anniversary or Vanilla. I get why you wouldn't want to go back and play Anniversary. It's too slow. It's nothing like Season of Discovery. But Mop, on the other hand, after trying out the raid scene, it feels different, man. It feels really close to SOD. It kind of feels like if you went from playing SOD straight into Mop, you're kind of playing the same game in terms of combat and gameplay. If you're looking for those raids, if you're looking for the PvP that you wanted in Season of Discovery, it's probably here for you in Mop. Can't speak to the PvP that much, but I know people praise it and say it was the best PvP that was ever in any version of World of Warcraft, right? So I'm excited to try that out in the PvP testing weekend. Next weekend, we're going to have another raid test. So on our Friday night stream, that's what we'll be doing again. If you guys want to come in and check it out, it was a lot of fun. You know, and then during the week, we're going to be on Anniversary prepping our characters for TBC. That's pretty much going to be our way that we move forward until maybe Mop comes out. And if I'm really enjoying it, that'll be, you know, what we're doing on stream, and still prepping for TBC on Anniversary, of course. But I don't know. I'm excited. I wanted to share my thoughts on this with you guys because I feel like I was in the same boat as a lot of you. I was like kind of anti-Mop. I was going to play it just to play it, right? I need something new to play that's going to be fun. But for me, I didn't think it was going to really scratch that itch of classic WoW, but hearing the sounds, walking around, doing the raid, really, it felt good, and I'm so much more excited than I thought I was going to be. And I think you guys need to open up a little bit and stop, just don't hate on versions of WoW just to hate on them or because someone told you to hate on them. Give it a shot. You don't have to buy anything. Download it when the pre-patch hits. I honestly think a lot of you are going to like it more than you thought. But either way, I'm not going to keep ramming this down your throat. I wanted to just share my thoughts on this. This is like what I've been doing lately. Kind of, you know, everyone's in a weird spot with WoW. We're playing a bunch of different games, and I kind of like sharing, you know, my experiences with you guys. So I enjoyed it. I'm excited for it. And yeah, that's really it. So follow me on Twitch, twitch.tv/hammerdance. We stream Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern time. Stream has been growing a lot lately. We've been having a lot of fun world PvPing over on Anniversary and prepping our characters. So if you want to be part of that, join the stream, follow me, link in the description down below. Again, Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern time. Like this video, share it with someone who you might be trying to convince to play Mop, and subscribe to the channel. And that's really all I've got for you guys today. So thank you all so much for watching and listening in. I'll see you all in the next one. Pop a defensive there. Boom, look at that. Perfect. I fucking did it perfect, boys. We're getting there. Green. Did I get the doom off? I don't know if I got the doom off on him. Shit, I can't see it. I did. Oh, mother. Okay. Who's next? Who's next? Blue. We're doing it, boys. We're doing good this time. This is a good pull. Sorry, creature. I'll read your message in a second. I'm super focused right now. Green, 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 green. Imp's coming. Come on, boys. Come on, boys. Big cooldown. Let's go, boys. Woo! Hell yeah, dude. Holy shit. That is no joke.
Seems to have activated with the demise of the Guardians. I fear
If any, they want to be alone. Nobody wants to be in that circle with them. Once that person gets that circle, we're gonna stack on Skull until he does an arcane velocity chart like a channel. Once that's over, we're gonna spread again. Just repeat that.
Don't worry, we'll explain it all again.
of the dead.
I ain't worried, brother.
I'll make call-outs during the fight.
Let's crush this shit.
So here we're all gonna stack, but don't be in front of the boss because he's gonna like.
Wait.
I don't know what he does in front of him, but you don't want to find out.
Shit. My banner.
came in to start pumping, huh?
Shield.
Everybody in the blue thing.
Barrier, get in the barrier.
I rallied.
That rally saved us 100%.
I don't think so. I think it helped.
It would have been really close without it, for sure.
Remember the green circles on the ground that you see around you will heal you.
And we're transitioning. Nice.
Okay. Now we're gonna stay stacked unless you get the fire thing.
To the left and back. Gonna come back in exactly from where it was to the boss in a line. So
Gates on him, so we're good.
In case he like just don't be in between boss and where it got dropped.
He took it back in. He took it back in with the boss. Watch your foot, watch your feet, watch your feet. Don't be in the fire.
Use the shield.
want to move into the middle. This is okay, right?
For whoever gets the fire on them, you try using the thing that's not the shield, the other thing.
Watch out, fire coming back in. Coming back in, move, move, move.
Wait, this fight's kind of a joke.
Well, the last fight.
It is a lot of...
Seems like a lot of healing checks. It would be like a healing check in heroic.
I'll send my banner.
Hey, spread out, spread out, spread out, spread out.
If you get the purple thing on you, you gotta run it out real fast.
Sending my banner now.
On
Hop
our
off, Kings.
rodeo.
Okay, wait till you see it. Wait till you see it. Okay, there it is, hammer dance. Everybody else get on skull.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Stay out here, right?
Yep. Until it goes away. Everybody else on skull. Is it gonna... Yep, stay on
Gone,
skull,
yep.
stay on skulls, stay stacked.
Should I come in now?
Play this? I don't know what the fuck's going on.
If you're out, yeah, if it's out. No, it's not spread, not spread, not spread, not spread, not spread, not spread, spread.
Oh shit.
Yeah, you dead.
I mean, I spread instant,
Oh,
but it was,
yeah.
like, too late.
Yeah, that was quick.
It might be a spread like a second before it ends. I'm alive. We still have 2 healers. We should be fine. We just gotta
still
get
do
the
this,
DPS check. Or we just stay spread until he starts channeling it.
I'm
She's
still
channeling
doing
inside.
like I'm doing
Get
the
closer,
eight-way
get closer, get closer. And spread, 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 spread.
And there it is, yeah.
I Oppenheimer the group, dude. Why is it always on me?
My favorite range.
Yeah.
Okay, get in if you're not around. Get in. And spread.
got it. Hell yeah, bro.
Basically, I just got the AoE thing. I've got it every time, by the way. I've got it, and I just like exploded all the melee instantly.
Get in, get inside, get inside.
It's alright.
And spread.
I feel like a real jerk, man. I killed everybody. How do you think I feel?
It's looking like it definitely favors ranged.
It definitely does. Or I'm just really unlucky.
Oh wait, y'all do like YouTube stuff, right?
Yeah.
I don't have a target.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah, boys. Good job.
Stay out with that. Stay out with that. It's gonna